Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Nishit Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah says Delhi election results is not a mandate on Citizenship Amendment Act. High-level group of ministers reviews current status and preparedness for prevention of novel coronavirus. India extends support to China, Maldives and Bhutan in managing the disease. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praises members of the team involved in Wuhan evacuation operations. Second batch of foreign envoys from European Union and Gulf countries visit Jammu to assess the ground situation. President of Portugal, Marcelo, Rebelo de Sousa arrives in New Delhi on a 4-day visit. And Indian hockey captain Manpreet Singh named Player of the Year 2019 by International Hockey Federation. Home Minister Amit Shah has said that Delhi election result is not a mandate on Citizenship Amendment Act CAA and National Register of Citizens NRC. Participating in a program organized by a private news channel this evening, Mr. Shah said controversial statements during the election campaigns should not have been made and the party has distanced itself from such remarks. He said the BJP does not fight elections only for the results and the objective is to spread the party's agenda to maximum people. Mr. Shah said BJP has accepted the mandate put forth by the people of Delhi.
सिर्फ जय पराजय के लिए हम चुनाव नहीं लड़ते, जय पराजय के भी मायने हैं, इसके लिए भी लड़ते हैं, मगर सिर्फ जय पराजय के लिए हम नहीं लड़ते। और जहां तक परिणामों का सवाल है, मैं बिल्कुल विनम्रता से स्वीकार करता हूं कि हम चुनाव हारे हैं और एक जिम्मेदार विपक्ष के नाते दिल्ली में बैठकर बड़े स्पिरिट से ये सरकार ढंग से चले इसकी चिंता करेंगे।
The Home Minister reiterated that there is no such provision in the CAA that will take away the citizenship of Muslims. He said a debate must take place on the merits of CAA and the opposition is not ready for it. Mr. Shah said protest in Shaheen Bagh is not a democratic one. He said everyone has a right to peaceful protest, but violence is not justified and vandalism cannot be tolerated. High-level group of ministers, GOM, reviewed the current status and actions for prevention and management of novel coronavirus in New Delhi today. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan chaired the meeting. A presentation of the status of the COVID-19 was made to the group of ministers. The members were also apprised of the current status of the 3 cases reported positive from Kerala. The GOM was also informed about the 2 quarantine centers having 645 persons evacuated from Wuhan.
भारत में 3 कंफर्म्ड केसेस जो आए हैं तो ये सारे के सारे केरला के अंदर एडमिटेड हैं और इन सब की वुहान के साथ कनेक्टेड ट्रैवल हिस्ट्री है और ये जो तीनों कंफर्म केसेस हैं दे आर ऑल स्टेबल। सारे के सारे 645 के 645 लोग दे हैव ऑल बीन टेस्टेड नेगेटिव, दे आर ऑल बीइंग मॉनिटर्ड डेली, सभी स्टेबल हैं।
Our correspondent reports that the screening of passengers is going on in 21 airports, international seaports and border crossings, particularly with Nepal.
Government has taken prompt action to check the spread of novel coronavirus and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is personally monitoring the situation. A group of ministers today held its second meeting to review the current status and actions for prevention and management of the virus. India had evacuated 645 people, including 7 Maldivians, from China's Wuhan city, which is worst affected. Surveillance at points of entry is working at 21 airports, 12 major ports, 65 minor ports and at 6 land crossings. So far, over 251,000 people have been screened at the airports. Around 16,000 people are presently under community surveillance in different states. With Diwakar, Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
Meanwhile, India is sending essential items like medical equipment to China as a goodwill gesture to tackle novel coronavirus or COVID-2019. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said India has also extended support to Maldives in testing samples and Bhutan in managing COVID-2019. Government has also agreed to support Afghanistan in testing samples. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appreciated the high-level commitment to duty shown by Air India and Ministry of Health officials who conducted evacuation operation of the stranded Indians in Wuhan. The Prime Minister has issued a letter of appreciation to the team members of the evacuation operations. Air India had conducted emergency evacuation operations from the Wuhan city, which is the epicenter of the novel coronavirus flu. Despite being aware of the severe situation in the region, the Air India sent 2 B747 aircraft with teams of Air India as well as teams from the Ministry of Health on the 31st of last month and on the 1st of this month. President of Portugal, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, arrived in New Delhi today on a 4-day visit to India. Minister for Shipping, Mansukh Mandavia, received him at the airport. This is President Marcelo's first visit to India. The last visit by a President of Portugal to India was in 2007. During the visit, President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa will be accorded a ceremonial welcome at Rashtrapati Bhavan tomorrow, followed by a visit to Rajghat. The delegation-level talks will be held with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Hyderabad House. President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa will also travel to Maharashtra and Goa during his visit. Railway Minister Piyush Goyal today inaugurated the first phase of the East-West Metro Corridor connecting Sector 5 with Salt Lake Stadium in Kolkata city. Mr. Goyal, along with his ministerial colleague Babul Supriyo, waved a green flag to inaugurate the 4.88-kilometer section of the much-awaited Metro Corridor. Mr. Goyal said the entire stretch of the East-West Metro Corridor from Sector 5 to Howrah Maidan is likely to be completed in 2 years.
मेट्रो का सबसे बड़ा लाभ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सेक्टर के जो हमारे युवा युवती काम कर रहे हैं उन सबको पहले फेज का मिलेगा। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का सपना है सबका साथ, सबका विकास और सबका विश्वास, और उसी विश्वास को आगे बढ़ाते हुए विकास को तेज गति देना, यही ईस्ट वेस्ट कॉरिडोर के पहले फेज के इनॉग्रेशन में झलकता है।
Commercial services connecting Sector 5, Karunamoy, Central Park, City Centre, Bengal Chemical and Salt Lake Stadium stations will commence tomorrow. Food Processing Minister Harsimrat Kaur Badal today said that India's organic product business is expected to reach 75,000 crore rupees within 5 years from the present level of 27,000 crore rupees. Addressing reporters in New Delhi, she said government has taken several initiatives to promote the organic farming in the country. She added that around 10 lakh farmers are engaged in the cultivation of organic food. Mrs. Badal informed that Organic Food Festival for women entrepreneurs will be held from 21st to 23rd of this month in New Delhi. She informed that India produced around 1.70 million metric ton of certified organic products in the year 2017-18. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. The second batch of 25 foreign envoys from European Union and Gulf countries today visited Jammu and held a series of meetings to get the first-hand information about the ground situation after the abrogation of Article 370. The envoys held meeting with Lieutenant Governor G.C. Murmu. They also visited the High Court and met Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir, Justice Geeta Mittal. The envoys also held meeting with the Chief Secretary B.V.R. Subramaniam and senior officers of the J&K administration. The batch includes envoys from Germany, Canada, France, New Zealand, Mexico, Italy, Afghanistan, Austria, Uzbekistan, Poland, as well as envoys of the European Union. The envoys visited Srinagar yesterday and met Kashmiri traders, businesswomen and entrepreneurs and discussed various issues related to trade and tourism. In Kashmir Valley, police today arrested 4 persons from South Kashmir for their alleged links with Hizbul Mujahideen and Jaish-e-Mohammed JEM outfits. The police spokesman said that incriminating material has been recovered from their possession and cases under relevant sections of law have been registered. Further investigation is on. The Supreme Court has rejected the request of Nirbhaya case death row convict Vinay Sharma to peruse recommendation for rejection of his mercy plea. Rejecting the plea, the bench today said the Delhi Lieutenant Governor and the Home Minister indeed signed the recommendation for rejection of his mercy petition. Sharma moved the Apex Court on Tuesday, challenging the rejection of his mercy petition by the President. He alleged that the LG and the Home Minister had not signed the recommendation for rejection of his mercy plea. A Delhi court today sent Sanjeev Chawla, an alleged bookie and accused of match fixing, to 12-day police custody. Chawla, the key accused in one of cricket's biggest match fixing scandals that involved former South African captain Hansie Cronje, was produced before the court today. The police told the court that Chawla, who was extradited from London today, has been taken to various places in order to unearth a larger conspiracy. Chawla is alleged to have played a central role in conspiring with Cronje to fix a South African tour to India in February-March 2000. Moving on to our special series on nationwide campaign on Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat. Nagaland and Madhya Pradesh have been paired in the Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat exchange program. Let's hear it from our correspondent from Kohima.
With rich, diverse culture and tradition to shared open, the state of Nagaland and Madhya Pradesh have been engaged in programs through cultural exchange, showcasing indigenous cuisine, exhibition of handloom and crafts, students and teachers exchange program. 5 professors were selected last year to represent the Department of Higher Education, Nagaland, as part of academic exchange with its sister department in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh under Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Mr. Meghoshi Lekhate, Assistant Professor of State College of Teachers Education, shared his experiences on his visit to Madhya Pradesh.
We were taken to some of the premier institute of education in the state and was given opportunity to share stories about Nagaland like our culture, tradition, social system and biodiversity. The students and faculty of those institutes also promptly interacted with the team. They were eager to know how Nagaland have dealt with some common social issues that their state is facing. The host took us to many places of historical significance like Stupa at the Sanchi, Tropic of Cancer, Line and other significant places in the city. It was a great learning experience to hear the narration of Madhya Pradesh from the local themselves.
For AIR News, this is Asonyo from Kohima.
Government today clarified that LPG price in the country is derived on the basis of international market price and the recent hike is based on it. Petroleum Ministry said due to a sharp increase in the international price of LPG last month, the prices of cooking gas was hiked by 144 rupees 50 paise for a 14.2 kg LPG cylinder. But as government gives subsidy on cooking gas, the consumer is given relief by hike in the subsidy from around 154 rupees per cylinder to 291 rupees. The clarification comes in the wake of protests by some opposition parties against the hike and demand for rollback. Today is World Radio Day. The day is observed every year on this day to raise greater awareness among the public and the media of the importance of radio and to encourage decision makers to establish and provide access to information through radio. The theme of this year's World Radio Day is Radio and Diversity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted people on the occasion of World Radio Day. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "Man Ki Baat has brought government and people closer and remains a wonderful experience." The Indian men's hockey team captain Manpreet Singh has been named Player of the Year for 2019 by the International Hockey Federation. Manpreet, a midfielder, became the first Indian to win the accolade since the awards were introduced in 1999. He beat competition from Belgium's Arthur van Doren and Lucas Villa of Argentina, who came second and third. World silver medalist Amit Panghal has been ranked number 1 in the 52 kg category for Olympic qualifiers, making him the first Indian pugilist in over a decade to achieve the global top position in the category. The list was released by the International Olympic Committee's Boxing Task Force today, ahead of the next month's Olympic qualifiers. The rankings took into account the last 2 World Championships for both men and women and the Continental Championships and Games in 2019. Government today appointed 1988 batch IAS officer of Nagaland cadre Rajiv Bansal as the chairman and managing director of Air India. Mr. Bansal is presently serving as the additional secretary in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. 1987 batch IAS officer of Uttar Pradesh cadre Debashish Panda has been appointed as the secretary, Department of Financial Services. Rajkumar, 1987 batch IAS officer of Gujarat cadre, has been appointed secretary, Defence Production, and Director General of Archaeological Survey of India Usha Sharma has been appointed Youth Affairs Secretary. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Home Minister Amit Shah says Delhi election result is not a mandate on Citizenship Amendment Act. High-level group of ministers reviews current status and preparedness for prevention of novel coronavirus. India extends support to China, Maldives and Bhutan in managing the disease. Prime Minister Narendra Modi praises members of the team involved in Wuhan evacuation operations. Second batch of foreign envoys from European Union and Gulf countries visit Jammu to assess the ground situation. President of Portugal, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, arrives in New Delhi on a 4-day visit, and Indian hockey captain Manpreet Singh named Player of the Year 2019 by International Hockey Federation. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website, newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.